Welcome to episode 6. I don't, but I'm going to endeavour to keep bringing the energy, guys.
Flare, elbows up.
Because normally we're stronger on the negative portion. Welcome to episode 6 of Walking the Walk, and we are here. We're now 4 weeks away from photo shoot 2, and we're into squeaky bum time, as I like to call it. So just gearing up for that basically. I know there's still some hard work to go, and I'm prepared for it. So in today's episode, we're going to be having Tony Cives come over. He's a really good pal of mine. He was my first ever gym training partner. He's a really good guy. He's got great bands. So we're going to have a bit of a conversation back here before we get over to the gym. Once we get to the gym, we're going to have a training session together, obviously, and really looking forward to training with him over at Atlas. So that's going to be pretty cool. Energy-wise, I'm going to endeavour to keep bringing the energy, guys. Although I'm feeling a little bit more fatigued, energy-wise at the moment, I'm still going to look to keep bringing you some good content. So make no bones about that. It's going to be a good one. So in last week's episode, I spoke about the fact that I was getting a blood test done with Medichecks, and I've actually received most of the results back from that now. And there are 1 or 2 things that are slightly out of range. To be expected though within a process like this. Cortisol is a little bit high, free T3 is a little bit low. I'm not going to go into the minutiae of those. I'm not an endocrinologist, but just know that some of those can taper down slightly during a dieting process. There is one other hormone that is slightly out of range at the moment. I don't fully understand the implications of that at the moment, and this could have been occurring before I even started this dieting phase, so I'm going to get a bit of a second opinion on that. I'm not sure there's anything to worry about, hopefully not. And this is part of the reason why I think blood work is so important, whether you are going for a dieting phase or at any point. I was only saying the other day that I think everyone should be getting blood work done, because at the end of the day, we want to be trying to optimize our health. So I'm going to moving forward, I'm going to endeavor to get these done at least twice a year, I'm thinking. So to give you guys a bit of a review of where I'm at currently, as I mentioned, we got 4 weeks into the actual shoot day, just under 30 days. And if really in that last week, you want to be sort of trying to, reduce stress, tapering down activity and output. So actually, we've probably got around 3 weeks to dig in. So I'm going to be checking in with coach today, and I think we're probably going to make a bit of a calorie pool today. Things have been fairly stable, I would say, in the last couple of weeks. I think you get to that point during a dieting phase where you feel like you're not really making any progress, and that's the time where you really just need to be consistent. Invariably, you put the foot on the pedal again, and then progress starts flying through the roof. So that's what we're hoping is going to happen. As I say, a bit of a calorie pool today. I'm thinking around 250 calories. We're also going to push output a little bit. We're going to try and push steps up to sort of 17.5k per day. I'm going to introduce some HIIT training as well. So 3 times 15 minutes HIIT training. And we're basically just going to throw the kitchen sink here over the next 3 weeks, basically. See what we can do. Obviously try and manage stress, sleep, and all those other things, work, relationships as best as possible within this time. And let's see what we can achieve. So yesterday was my main check-in day. So that's a Monday. And it's a challenging day anyway, because I'm, got many of my clients checking in. And obviously I need to bring my A game in order to move them forward for the next week. And, obviously as we drive deeper into this, calories are lower, output's higher, stress is higher, and just everything starts getting a bit tougher, sleep's tougher, energy, lethargy starts coming in more so, and yesterday was a really, really tough day for myself. But we're here for it, right? I mentally prepared myself for the fact that, in the last sort of 4 to 5 weeks, things can get more challenging, and that's part of you know, where some of the lessons will be learned, you know. I think if you're able to push through those when times are harder, it's only going to set me up for success in the future. So, hey, I'm going to suck it up, and I'm going to keep it moving. Better make this man a coffee. He'll cry otherwise. Right, Tony.
Hello, mate.
How are you?
I've had better weeks. I've had stressful weeks. I won't discuss on camera, but they're shit week. But we carry on with life.
We carry.
As cheesy as that is, yeah, we move.
Yeah.
That's one thing I fucking hate, actually, that I see on
Yeah,
social
go on.
media. The constant, but we move.
Right.
Oh my god.
Right. Onward.
Had a bad week.
Onward.
Had a bad week, but we move. You had a bad week. Who cares?
What other hashtags do you hate? Give me your top three most hated.
Do you know
hashtags.
we're drawing into the months of where I will see stuff that I hate, all about the new year. Next year's going to be mine.
Right. Hashtag 222. Okay.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it with a passion. Honestly, like 2020. No, what year were you? 2021. Do you know what? I've lost like 2 years of my life because of COVID. So it'd be like 2023 is going to be my year, or the constant memes that you see. I'm making plans to completely boss 2022.
Right,
like,
right.
What's the? I mean,
What's your beef with that, Tony? Like that's for me. That's just positive. Like
it is positive, right? Okay.
Okay.
Don't
we were
make me out to
speaking
be
about this a
negative
moment
guy.
ago. Like, come on.
Well, why don't you do it now?
Yeah, there is part of that as well.
Do it now.
Just take action now, but you can have a goal for the next year, can't you? Right?
Of
Play
course.
devil's advocate.
You can say it every single year. You just want to get better every single year. That's fine. Maybe I've been a bit too harsh.
I mean, it's similar to what I say with regard to like achieving a fitness goal, you know. Rather than, just like you say, rather than wait until next year, sometimes just go for it now. Do you know what I mean?
It's
Imperfect action, just get it done.
Like typically, when does the diet start?
Monday.
That's it. Diets always start on Monday. They never start on Wednesdays or Thursdays.
Yeah.
And
we all do that, don't we?
we all do, mate.
all
me
do
for
that.
myself, because I am, believe it or not, at my all-time heaviest now.
Yeah.
I jumped on the scale because I've had a bad 3 or 4 months. Jumped on the scales the other day, horrified.
Yeah.
And thought I do need to sort this out.
What are we weighing at the minute?
99.
Oh, wow.
99
You hold it
kilos.
well though. You do hold it well. Like no one's looking at you thinking, Tony, you're out of shape in a minute. Like,
Okay.
I was only saying
I'm happy
earlier.
you said this, right? Because this like I was being kind. I was actually tipped the scales at 100.1.
Wow.
And I was honestly silence. Absolute silence. My missus was in the corridor. She's like, what does it say? Nothing. Give me. I was weighing the cat.
Yeah.
I was like, just give me the fucking cat. Let me weigh it. Terrible, honestly. But I do think before I prepped to compete years ago, I think I weighed 97 and I looked like a sack of potatoes. I looked terrible.
Yeah. So
But ever since then, and the rebound,
yeah.
I will admit, I do. I look at myself in the mirror and I think, oh, I must be around 93, 94. And I jump on the scales and I'm 98,
Yeah.
99 or whatever. And I think, oh my God, this is progression.
Yes. Yeah. So we were talking about fitness and social media earlier. Like,
Yeah.
obviously that's something that I'm involved in. Like, what's the first thing that comes into your mind when someone says, Tony, fitness and social media, go?
A lot of it is bullshit.
Okay, elaborate on that.
A lot of it is bullshit. So I personally think, you feel free to disagree. People will disagree. Yeah. You see a lot of manipulation, a lot of photoshopping, a lot of false hopes, false promises. You get edited transformation pictures.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is all smoke and mirrors.
Is that not just is that not just everyone nowadays though, with all the photoshops and all the like?
No, I mean, you don't use Photoshop.
I don't, but
Oh, hang on.
I may on like a selfie change it to a slightly different colour. Is that Photoshop?
Well, no.
That's what I mean. It's all like
it's adding a filter. You're not changing yourself.
No.
You're not tucking
No, I'm not
yourself
doctoring
in.
my chin or my nose
No.
No.
No, that's completely different.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of a filter.
Right. Okay.
I blame that on my other half. Yeah. I am guilty of a filter, but I think there's a lot of lies around there. There is a few that I rate that don't seem or don't appear to use any kind of Adobe gains at all, but a lot of it winds me up. So I have unfollowed a lot of fitness people, and there's only a few. I say, do you know what? I probably haven't. I just don't see their stories anymore because they're not the few that I actually go out of my way to look at.
Yep.
But other than that, it can be quite a cheesy industry. I mean, in terms of what's the biggest fitness thing of the year, or it was anyway, not so much anymore. But you have body power,
right?
So in terms of fitness, one thing I hated about body power was that me personally, I would go there in a hoodie, combats or jeans or whatever, and it used to wind me up when I used to see people strolling around in a stringer. Like, surely, I mean, this might sound a little bit wrong, but surely that is the same as going to watch gymnastics and sitting in the crowd in a leotard. I just think, what is everybody doing? There's a lot of vanity.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Fitness is all about being vain. Because why do you lose weight? To look better.
Yeah. I think with social media, it's often snippets, isn't it? It's like best case scenarios of what's going on in life. You don't get to see the behind the scenes. And I guess that's kind of why I wanted to put this series together, you know, to get a little bit of behind the scenes. Because yeah, it's there's too much sort of rainbows, you know.
But you put a lot of time in. A lot of time in. Like, people say to me, why don't I do it? I know it's a lot of work.
Get yourself in the kiln.
And I can't be asked. Quite frankly, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I mean, personally, I'm not in the space to do it, but like I just think it's way too much fucking work. I know you, like, what are your hours? Do you typically keep yourself to an actual office hour day? Or
it's massively changed, hasn't it? From going from in-person PT to now online coach. Like, there's so many different elements.
It's a different one, but you go on courses galore.
Yeah.
You're at different seminars. I wouldn't be able to have that time, I don't think.
Yeah, for you, fitness is more of a passion than a job. For me, it is a job. So
that's it. You know. Fitness is like an accidental hobby for me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hobby in the loosest terms, because I've done nothing for the last 3 or 4 months. But it's one of those things. Life gets in the way.
So I wonder if it's worth mentioning the fact that I've got this photo shoot coming up in the next 4 weeks, and I was speaking earlier about the fact that you put yourself through a bodybuilding show. Shows, yes, plural, yeah, all those years ago, and obviously there are a number of challenges that come up regarding that process.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's worth you, since I'm into the last sort of 3 weeks of pushing.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you found challenging in the last sort of few weeks? Obviously, you probably took it a bit further than I'm.
Far off. I mean, how's your sex drive?
It's hard to say. I'm a single man at the minute. So.
How's your personal time?
Yeah, not really interested in it so much. But when I reflect back on it, I do feel like that was in a much more horrendous position.
Are you going as far as you went last time, or no?
I've been thinking about this, and part of me is like, I'm in so much of a better place sleep-wise, so I don't know whether that's why I'm feeling better. But then again, when I look back, maybe I was probably a little bit further on in terms of leanness, but I was also hating life a lot more, and and I was also not really considering health. It was just that was the goal, and nothing else mattered.
Yeah,
my internal health.
Do it.
Yeah, my internal health didn't matter at all, whereas this time around I'm very much centred around, yes, I want to get myself to a really good place aesthetically, but health's got to be there as well.
You seem a lot more positive than last time. Like,
yeah, man.
You were a grumpy bastard
last
time.
Yeah, I think the first time getting super lean is always
horrible. It's a test.
Yeah,
it's a test mentally, it's a test emotionally.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you haven't had a personal moment this time around and cried to yourself for no reason at all, then you're doing better. Because that happened to me a couple times.
Yeah, I think doing stuff like this massively helps as well, because in those last 5 weeks I literally went Spartan mode. I had no association with people, and I think that is detrimental in itself.
Yeah.
You know, so the fact that I'm still putting myself out there, catching up with guys like you, got the kill that I'm seeing on a weekly basis, you know, you have to sort of be still in the game, if that makes sense.
You still have to be sociable.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise you lose everything. You lose your whole life.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to become... It's a selfish bodybuilding itself is a selfish sport. Dieting, to a degree, is also selfish.
There is an element of,
Because let's say you had a partner, they're not dieting.
Yeah.
They want to go out for dinner. You can go out.
Yeah.
But you've got to be a right pain in the ass to the chef.
Yeah. What are you putting in there?
Yeah. No oil. No nothing.
Yeah.
Just a steak and salad.
Yeah.
So you do lose a massive element of life. But you're looking all right for it though.
Yeah, this is the thing.
I see your photos out there and I think...
Is this how he's doing it? What's photo shoots going on here?
I need to sort myself out.
Yeah. And this is the thing, like, it's definitely a combination of looking good and feeling good.
Yeah.
Internal health, the whole package this time around, you know. And if that means I'm not quite as lean when we get to the actual photo shoot, so be it.
To be honest, personally, I think you're already photo shoot worthy. Going by the photos out there, I've not seen. I mean, I'm sure you'll show me something off camera, but like, I mean, what are you wearing here? Small? You look massive.
I think it's a medium. I'm a medium.
Okay, but yeah, I think you're ready for it now. To be honest.
Yeah. Again, you got to weigh up what the goal is, and like I say.
Here you go. Would you ever compete?
So that's never really been a huge inspiration for me competing, because I don't really feel like I need the judgment of other people to say, right, you've reached insane levels of body fat, you're number one. Like, don't get me wrong, I admire the work that goes into it, and I know a load of work goes into it, and it's not just about looking great. You actually have to all the posing that goes into it. There's a lot that goes into it.
There's a lot of elements that go into it.
I think people like don't fully understand the work that goes into it, and maybe think it's more posy and don't actually see it as a worthy endeavour at times.
Well, this is it. A lot of people said to me, why are you losing all this weight just to stand in your pants on a stage to be judged by someone who doesn't matter? Yeah. And it was only after I competed that I thought, do you know what? You're actually right. Like, would I do it again? Yeah. Probably not. Yeah. So
this is the thing. I think the process of it is more important than the day. And that's exactly the same thing.
100%. It's like I was. Don't get me wrong. I had an absolute wizard of a coach. The diet was always a lot of food. I was still allowed sweets. I had no cardio whatsoever until like the final month or two maybe, and that didn't exceed 20 minutes. Yeah. And I was shredded to the bone. Yeah. But my health took a shot. Yeah. Took a shot coming out of it.
You hit that well though. Like, I think I saw you maybe like 4 weeks out, and you're like, yeah, got this.
Well, yeah, this is it. So every time anyone asked me, I was like, oh, this is easy.
Were you lying to yourself?
I don't know. So my missus said that I was a moody prick. I don't remember being moody. Yeah. I don't remember being a pain. I thought I was actually very good because I still went on 2 or 3 stag do's. I went on a holiday. Granted, it was my missus' the most boring holiday ever. Yeah. But according to her, I was grumpy. My sex drive disappeared and took a long time to return. Yeah. Whether or not that has done any damage to me internally, I mean, we'll never know.
Get yourself a Medicheck test, mate. I
had a blood test when I came out of my doctor's. Right. And they were shocked at my levels of testosterone.
High.
22.
Really?
Yeah, 22. So like, what is it? Like the natural realm is what, 28, something like that.
Well, I
don't know why I'm doing that.
The bottom range is 9, and the upper range is like 29.
So I might be lying. So I think before I started, I was 22. Coming out of it, I think I might have been 19.
That's still pretty good. I mean, it's all relative as well. Because
the numbers meant nothing to me. Yeah. I was chatting to your mate, Ollie Carson. And I remember I threw the number at him, and he was
your mate. He's more your mate than my mate.
And
I love Ollie, by the way. But
but I remember throwing the number out to him, and he was like, "Fucking hell,
that's high."
Yeah,
that is high. 22 is high.
Are you sure you've lifetime natural? I was like,
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I think mine's more middle of the road to that. Mine's like 15, 16. Yeah,
it's still good.
It's all relative. It's all relative. Like, I think you could have someone who's overweight and maybe not looking like a picture of health, and their test could be like 20.
Yeah.
But it's not really showing on them, if that makes sense. It's weird.
Fast cake hands.
Yeah. I'm not saying that's you saying that.
It is me, mate. Honestly, the last 3 months I've had a diet of biscuits, crisps, and takeaway.
Yeah.
That is pretty much it.
Yeah.
Oh,
but you wear it well, mate. Like I say, you wear it well.
baggy clothes.
You wear it well. So I do love my boy, Mr. Tony Cives, but I love him even more when he brings me presents. And we've got an oversized grey Natty Gang tee. So this is my second one now. So thank you, Tony.
Yeah. Sit, elbows up. Yeah. Flare, elbows up.
So just got to Atlas Gym. So we're changing up the location this week. Training with my good pal, Mr. Tony Cives. And we're going to start off with Romanian Deadlift today. So feeling a little bit fatigued today, but we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. So we are starting off with Romanian deadlifts, and this is one of my indicator lifts for posterior chain. So as I mentioned, we're sort of into the last 3 to 4 weeks now, and maintaining your loads and potentially increasing in certain situations is very integral to keeping hold of muscle tissue in the dieting phase. So we're going to go for a bit of a PB today. Let's see what happens.
I'm pretty sure you're not meant to hug the machine.
So we're into a leg curl variation, shall we say. Since Tony's here and he's a bit of a fussy beat, we're doing standing instead of lying. But it's all good. Session's going well so far. So So if you didn't know what we were doing just there, it's some sort of partner eccentric. So basically you're taking the muscle past failure. So you get to a point where you've sort of failed with a dumbbell weight, and then we just place that external load of the eccentric, because normally we're stronger on the negative portion of the rep. Works really, really well. Just got done wrapping episode 6 of Walking the Walk. Mr. Tony Cives played a big part in today's episode. Started off back in my apartment. We had a bit of a chin wag. We can talk forever. Try to condense it a little bit because we literally could have gone on forever. And we've just finished off a really good session here at Atlas. I'm sure this man's going to be in another episode a bit later on. In terms of what's going on next week, I couldn't tell you for sure. But we're moving into the latter stages of this now, and things are starting to get a little bit tough. So, you know, I'm sure there's going to be some good insights for you guys that are watching. Stay tuned for the next one.